Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is June 17th, and this is your daily financial news. Real quick shout out to the Golden State Warriors, who I have been a season ticket holder for a while now until I just couldn't stand San Francisco anymore. But always a Warriors fan, repping the Stephen Curry jersey today, back from the town when they were playing at the Oracle. And one of my cool possessions is a 2017 championship ring that we had to get for back in the day. So had to rock this today for you. It's kind of heavy. Anyways, lots of stuff going on today. Let's talk about first. Lots of you are very interested in the 50-40-10 strategy. So much so that we have reached out to Stephen Dow. We are going to do a Saturday deep dive, probably a 90-minute session. It is scheduled for Saturday, June 25th, a week from tomorrow. It is for my students. It is how I can control behavior. It is how I can make sure everyone is speaking the same vocabulary and we don't have to start at the base. It is my intention. It is my students' intention that we will take that video and then upload it to YouTube probably Sunday, maybe Monday, but our intention is to give back to the community that follows up so you can see all of it. So if you're one of my students, get your questions ready. Let's have some fun. And let's really make sure we just do 90 minutes Q&A. Stephen and I will be there to answer your questions. If you want to be a part of the live session, you do need to buy the course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. I've already posted the invite in our Facebook group. If you don't have Facebook and you got my Teachable invite last time, let me know in the comments and I will send the invite via Teachable as well. I wasn't sure if Teachable worked or it didn't work, so I didn't want to distract you. So if you want the link via Teachable, I could absolutely do that. Let me know in the comments below, and I will send it out to you. So again, next Saturday, 9 a.m. We will do this instead of our live stream in the Facebook group. We will go from 9 to about 10:30 or so. So see you there. And again, we've already talking about pre-foreclosures the week or maybe the week after that. So again, we just try to get back on this channel, try to help you get ready for what's coming. Next up, Q2 GDP has been revised to zero. Zero. This comes from the Atlanta Fed. It is called the Fed GDP Now Model Estimator. Why did it change so quickly? We just talked about this last week at 0.9, 2.3, 0.9, now zero. Well, it takes in the latest economic data, and we got a disaster on Thursday. Housing constructions down 14%. Permits down 7%, I think. So again, bad news. So again, now zero. We could be in a recession. I'm still going to stand by my call that we will barely not have a recession. We're talking 0.1, 0.2. But we could be. I don't, let's be very clear. I do not feel good about this call. This one could be wrong. We could absolutely be in a recession right now, but I see no reason to change my opinion. It would be dishonest. So I'm going to stick with my 0.1, 0.2 GDP growth. We'll see where the chips fall. I might be wrong on this one, so we will see shortly. Next up, the Fed is acutely aware of inflation. Jerome Powell is speaking today. One of the things that you will see over the next 2 weeks is Fed presidents are talking, right? They've left their quiet period. Well, having gotten a better feel for Powell, I can now translate what I think he is saying. When Powell says, and let me see if I can get the whole quote, Fed is acutely focused on returning inflation to 2%. Translation, damn the torpedoes, screw everything else. We're breaking stuff. We are going to wreck the economy. We are going to get this thing back to 2%. That's my slightly over-exaggerated opinion, but when I read the article, I got the quote. That is what I think. If you follow my channel, you know the Fed broke housing. Broke it. It'll be broken for years, right? No supply, no demand. We're going to see transactions crash 50%. At least 50%. Now he's going after the entire economy. Doesn't leave me warm and fuzzy. Something I read this morning that I'm sure I have read before, but I don't remember. Manufacturing in the United States of America makes up 12% of our economy. If I was president for a day, I would have whatever it's called, an executive order. I would lock Congress in the whatever. I'd lock them up and say, folks, we need to double manufacturing in America, whatever that means. Incentives, whatever. We need to bring the supply chain home. We need to make stuff here. Again, we need to stop letting CFOs chase pennies on the dollar and make stuff here. Now, to be clear, that would be inflationary, no question. But we're here already, so let's just jump in the pool. That is my feeling. Again, I have no confidence that the current administration will make such a claim, but damn, let's make some stuff. 12%, really? Man, not a good feeling. More crypto pain. Oh my God. Where Bitcoin, it could go all the way down to 10,000, 8,000, 6,000. The crypto world is imploding. There's a hedge fund called Three Arrows that is insolvent. Where did I have it? Yeah, insolvent. $400 million have been liquidated. Just this morning, another Babel Finance, I don't even know what the hell this stuff is. Babel Finance says, haha, you can't have your money back. We are suspending withdrawals. Folks, when the tide goes out, you see who's swimming naked. Too much leverage, too much faith in Ponzi schemes, too many Alt-A shit coins. It's just a horrible environment. Lots of people are going to lose their hard-earned money and never, ever come back. And oh, by the way, us boomers, as you like to call me, told you this was coming. Terrible, 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 terrible. And I say that as somebody who has 1% of his net worth in this stuff. Only the big ones. I'm not playing with that crappy altcoins. What else do we got? We're going to talk about student debt last because I might get a little cranky and I don't want to get distracted. Airline stocks. We're starting to see consumers change their behavior. Remember, we talked about the K-shaped summer where the top end was still going bananas on experiences and vacations. We now are seeing consumers pull back. The consumer is scared. More and more consumers are pulling back. They're afraid for their job. They're afraid for the food, fuel, all of these things. If discretionary spending cracks, game over, recession. Adobe released earnings yesterday, beat top, beat bottom. But as I said, international companies are going to start reporting currency or FX or strong dollar and blame that for earnings drops. Sure enough, Adobe gave a very weak forecast and pointed at the strong dollar. This stuff is predictable once you go through this enough. And I first brought you that like 45 days ago. More and more international companies are going to do that. Musk talked at Twitter yesterday. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that. As expected, the Slack channels inside Twitter was all negative. Everybody's afraid for their job. Elon's basically, hey, we need to grow this thing. We need to make some money. And yeah, layoffs are possible. The company is not healthy. I've been asked repeatedly, when do I think the bottom is in? And the best answer I have is when bad news is good news. So when you have a company that releases an earnings statement and disappoints and their stock goes up, that is a counterintuitive signal that we might be close to the bottom. All the bad news is in. So no more bad news comes to the market. Biden is out, man. Biden is out. President Biden is out. I'm not sure what else he could do. He has to do this. The consumer is fickle. If the consumer believes a recession is coming, all by our lonesome, we can make a recession happen. 70% of the economy If we believe a recession is coming and we act accordingly, we will force a recession. Biden is out saying recessions are not this is not inevitable. Ugh, say that word fast. Americans are really, really down. Well, Mr. President, I want to flip that over. The Americans are really, really down, and thus we will have a recession. The economy is a confidence game, and the American consumer is losing confidence by the day. Whether it starts at the low end where we don't have food or gas or we're making painful decisions, whether it's at the mid tier where we're afraid for our jobs or watched our 401ks become 201ks, or we're trying to buy a home and can't, or we bought recently. The American psyche is hurt, it is damaged. And because of that, a recession is very, very likely. And your boy Powell has said, I'm going to break stuff. You better talk to your boy. What else do I got for you today? Oh, Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio's out shorting Europe. Ray Dalio's like, yeah, the U.S. is in pain, but Europe, ooh, Europe, you got a nasty recession coming. Ray Dalio has shorted Europe to the tune of $6.7 billion. And I'm going to guess that grows. Kevin O'Leary says, don't worry, the economy is much, much stronger than people think. There is no evidence of a recession. It must be nice to be a billionaire. I'm just saying. Must be nice to be a billionaire. All right. So now back to student debt. This got me hot and bothered. As you know, my story, I am someone who graduated college and then got a master's degree and had student debt. Lots of student debt. I chose to work 2 jobs 7 days a week for over 3 years to pay it off. The second thing is Olivia and I obviously raised our daughter. Daughter went to college. We paid for it with cash. We didn't use student debt. It was our sole focus for 20 years to make sure she graduated with no debt. So when I hear people talk about student debt, and this young lady was interviewed, and it was a young lady. I didn't write her name down just to protect the innocent, I guess. She says, I have $90,000 in student debt. The loan freeze gave me the opportunity to unplug, invest in myself. I can always make money. I can't make more time. What? You're an adult. You signed on the debt, and now you're going to unplug? Folks, I had to bust my ass because I wanted to pay off that student debt as fast as possible. When is it okay to say, oh, you don't have to pay that back? Why don't you go unplug and relax and just Netflix and chill all day? If this message gets out and the Democrats cancel student debt, they're done. They're toast. So many people paid it off, didn't go to college, and now we're going to reward the few that did by canceling debt. Now clearly, there are some universities or whatever they're called that were frauds. Different story. But to cancel en masse is unacceptable. And frankly, if you cancel en masse and you don't fix the freaking system, you're an idiot. Our student loan process is exactly like subprime lending in 05, 06. Same nonsense. You're giving unqualified people the ability to sign on a contract for something they don't understand. That's exactly what subprime was. Fix the program. Stop talking about giving money away to people who are just sitting back chilling. That is going to piss off the voting public. What are you thinking? In the end, folks, I knew I'd get a little passionate there at the end. I apologize. Remember, we are heading into a recession, a bear market. This is the time to do the work. This is the time to understand what your shopping list looks like. Let's go make some great deals. Again, this could be 2 years in the making. So don't rush. Be patient. Figure it out. All right, everybody, have fun. It's Friday. We should be talking to Stephen. We're going to talk to Matt again. Lots of great conversations today. Have some fun. Again, go Warriors. Congratulations. You are the world champ. fourth ring, put a ring on it. That was a fun game to watch. Bye.